Welcome back, Devils fans, and the boys put on a performance in Columbus last night, defeating the Blue Jackets by a score of 4-1. And the first thing I will say is, for our good friend SST 601, Vitek Vanecek had an absolute gem of a game. I will give credit where credit is due. And credit hasn't been due, in my opinion, for Vitek Vanecek in quite a long time. With that being said, Vitek had an outstanding performance last night, and bravo to Vitek Vanecek. He was due for one of these games, at some point, right? And kudos to him. He played a great game, helped us secure a much-needed 2 points in Columbus. And there's not much more I could say about that. Vitek with an outstanding game that we have not seen from him in quite some time. Devils win 4-1. And we needed those 2 points desperately. Last night was a great road win for the boys. A little balanced attack of scoring coming from all different places. Scoring from guys when you least expect it. And now they have to come home tonight against the Dallas Stars and perform in the second game of a back-to-back, which we know we are absolutely atrocious at. Hopefully, we find a way to avoid that trend and get a win tonight at home against the Stars on Sergei Brylin Ring of Honor night. So let's just take a look at the scoring for the game here. We'll take a look, and some trends die hard. Per usual, the New Jersey Devils do not score the first goal of the game, and in fact, the Blue Jackets get the first goal of the game on their first shot on goal at the 4:21 marker. Sillinger receives a nice little drop pass and just buries one past Vanecek. And at that point, Blue Jackets up 1-0, a little over 4 minutes into the game. And obviously, my disdain for Vitek Vanecek just started coming out in the form of verbal obscenities, me screaming things at the television, and, but redemption was there for the taking. The first shot on goal against Vitek beats him, and nothing else does for the rest of the night. Well, actually, technically, if I'm being technical, he did get beat on another one late in the third that came back on an offsides. So as far as official scoring goes, the first shot on goal goes past Vitek, and nothing else for the rest of the night. 1-0 Blue Jackets after one. Down 1 goal heading into the second. At the 28-second marker, John Marino from simonnemec, a defenseman to defenseman combo, if you will. Marino just throws it on net. There's some traffic in front. Just chuck those pucks on net, fellas. Throws it on net. Past Merzlikins. Tie game, 1-1. Beautiful shot by Marino. And hopefully these guys just stop trying to get so fancy all the time, just throw pucks at the net. It seems like good things happen when we just chuck rubber on the goalies. And Marino does just that, ties the game up 1-1. And then at the 8:40 marker, Cal Foote with an amazing heads-up pass, rifles one to the tape, right on the tape, cross ice to Alex Holtz. Deflects it right past Merzlikins. Beautiful pass by Foote. Beautiful finish by Holtz. Devils take the 2-1 lead. And I'm really happy for Holtz that he got that, honestly. And for some of you older guys that may have been, 90s wrestling fans and remember D-Generation X, if I was Holtz, I would have been tempted to do like a little DX suck it towards Lindy. Obviously, he can't do that. But I didn't talk about it last time around because it was still a little more fresh and I hadn't rewatched it in depth. But I do think that my personal take is that Lindy was completely wrong with the way he handled Novo's question in the post-game presser the other night. And I do think, for whatever reason, there's a double standard with Alexander Holtz. I mean, I'm not going to shy away from it. It seems like any little mistake that Lindy perceives Holtz to make, he will bench him or cut his ice severely short. And other guys don't have that same kind of standard. Luke Hughes makes some really glaring mistakes at times, and sometimes the puck ends up in the back of the net, and he gets tons of ice time. He's on the power play unit. So I don't know. It just seems like a double standard as far as some of these young kids are concerned, that other guys have way more rope. And if Holtz does one little thing, it's, Lindy's latest excuse to bench him. And I don't understand it, especially when we are down so many men and with so many guys injured. Alexander Holtz is one of our best offensive forwards that's still playing, that's not injured. And so for me, when, he makes these little mistakes, the kids are going to do that, man. We got a lot of kids kind of learning on the job, getting their experience as they go. They're not going to play perfect. And so when Lindy tries to cite Holtz throwing the puck towards the middle of the net that results in a scoring chance against, it's just, to me, it's a bunch of nonsense. I don't know if there's something deeper there. I don't really know. But I do think that Lindy kind of threw a tantrum when Novo, put his feet to the flames, if you will, in the post-game presser, and Lindy got furious and kind of stared down Novo. I don't know. I thought it was, and I like Lindy a lot, to be honest. I've defended Lindy against haters for a long time, but in this particular scenario, I think it was very unprofessional of Lindy, the way he reacted towards Novo, and I think the whole action of benching Holtz over, trivial nonsense is kind of foolish as well. And so I don't think Lindy has a leg to stand on in this one. I'd be curious to see what you guys think, but it seems like, by and large, the Devils fan base is all about the free Holtz movement, and I've seen tons of posts burying Lindy about this and people talking about how Holtz is getting shafted and blah, blah, blah. In the end, Lindy is the head coach. It's his prerogative to dish out ice time as he sees fit, but when Holtz is one of your best guys and producing on the year, to bench him for a mistake where there was a chance against that did not go in the net, by the way, to bench him for that, and to let guys like Luke Hughes, who make way more glaring mistakes way more often that do result in goals against, and there's no disciplinary action towards them. It's just a double standard, and I think that he's got to ease up on Holtz. He's one of our best players. Hopefully he's here for years to come and continues to contribute. And yeah, Holtz is going to be a great player, and he's already a very good player right now. So I don't know. It's a very weird situation. Curious to see what you guys think about that, but it seems like most have spoken out in support of Alex Holtz on that whole debacle. And then at the 13:31 marker, nicohischier, another nice little play. He just fires it on net. Merzlikins caught napping in the net, giving the Devils the 3-1 lead in that second period. Then at 14:43, Bastian adds one on a beautiful pass from Kevin Ball. Buries it. Devils take the 4-1 lead. And at this point, a lot of times I feel very nervous, even with 2 and 3 goal leads. I don't know, for whatever reason, I just felt like we just had the Blue Jackets completely outgunned last night. Vitek looked like he was on his A game, and so I was never really worried about this one, which was a good feeling to have. But when you see, our first goal was by a defenseman from a defenseman, Foot with the beautiful primary assist on the Holtz goal there, Nico unassisted, and then Bastian from Kevin Ball. The defense really pitched in tonight. The defense came to play. A goal and 3 assists from the Blue Liners in Columbus. Great win. Third period, nothing. The Blue Jackets score one late that gets called back on an offside. It seems like we're just seeing tons of these, all the time with the video review. I honestly wish they would get rid of it. Most of the time, it doesn't have any effect on the play, and I just think I don't know. I don't like it. I think maybe video review has gone too far with certain things, but that's a topic for a whole nother day. Third period, no scoring. Devils win 4-1. Massive 2 points in the first game of the back-to-back. Let's take a look at some of the other game stats. Shots on goal, Devils 32, Blue Jackets 30. Face-off percentage, Devils overwhelming them 64.2% to 35.8%. Both 0% on the power play. Devils going 0-4, Blue Jackets going 0-3. Hits. This is one where the Devils, I think, really do need to start manning up. We were out hit almost by a 2-1 margin. Devils with 11 hits. The Blue Jackets with 21. Again, you guys know I'm an old school guy. I like the physicality. I like the rough stuff. I like the body hits. I like the check. I like all that. And I think if you're going to be a team prepared for war and ready to make a run in the playoffs, you can't shy away from it. Getting out hit by a 2-1 margin against the Blue Jackets, completely unacceptable. Some people got to start throwing the body. That's it. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes we've shown signs of snarl throughout the year, like that Blackhawks game. And I think we got to get back to that a little bit more, because we're just going to get pounded out there by the by the rest of the conference. Devils 1 giveaway, Blue Jackets 4 giveaways, Devils with 2 takeaways, the Blue Jackets with 6 takeaways. So all in all, great game for our New Jersey Devils on the road. Vitek with a gem. Don't say I never give Vitek credit. I'm giving Vitek his credit here. It was an amazing performance by Vitek. Vitek making 29 saves on 30 shots and a great performance. 3 stars of the game. 3 stars of the game. 3rd star was Sillinger. Seems like a hometown thing. I don't think, when you lose a 4-1 game, any Blue Jacket should be occupying any of the spaces for the stars of the game. But Sillinger, the 3rd star, Vitek with the 2nd star, and Captain nicohischier, the 1st star of the game. And yeah, we needed that bad. And now on Sergei Brylin Ring of Honor night at home at the Rock against the Dallas Stars, we need to find a way to win. The Stars are a very good team, and it's not going to be a gimme victory. I expect to see Nico Daws in net. And Nico Daws needs to have another strong performance, and the boys need to bring their A++ game tonight because we need these 2 points against the Stars. The standings are ridiculous. Again, most teams seem to keep winning. We have a couple games on hand on a lot of people, and so eventually when we get caught up with the schedule as far as that goes, hopefully we're in a better spot than we are now, but we're right on the cusp. And that's it, folks. New Jersey Devils hockey back with another victory. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. I'm curious to see about what you guys think about the whole Holtz versus Lindy thing, what you thought about the game last night. Anything else New Jersey Devils related, throw it out there in the comments. Love talking to all of you. Very pumped. I'm going to be going to the game tonight to see Sergei Brylin Ring of Honor night. I love the special occasions. Always love Sergei Brylin. I actually run into him quite often. And for those that don't know about Sergei Brylin, get yourself an education. I've been on a couple different groups and boards and things where people are like, oh, Sergei Brylin's not even worthy of the... These people don't know what the hell they're talking about. Do yourself a favor, get an education. If you don't know who Sergei Brylin is, the internet is a beautiful place on the interwebs. You could type in whatever phrases you want. You could do research. You could read articles. You could go on this very YouTube platform, type in people's names, and do some research. And so, if you're not familiar, I suggest you get familiar. Very important figure in New Jersey Devils historical context, and very deserving of the Ring of Honor night. I'm very curious to see what other teammates, or former teammates rather, of Sergei Brylin are there for the ceremony. He's played with pretty much everyone over the years, and I'm very curious to see who shows up for the very special event. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils.